I just saw The Devil Wears Prada 2 and I really liked it. The best part about this movie is the characters. The original movie was released over 20 years ago and it stood the test of time in terms of cultural relevance because of the characters and their dynamics. People still talk about and quote that movie today. And because of that, you sort of felt, are they just trying to milk this or is there really a story to tell? And I have to say, I thought the movie was worth the 20-year wait because all the characters from the original did a great job in this movie. I just saw the original last week and watching this movie, they all felt like the exact same characters. They all slipped right back into these roles perfectly. Even though it's been 20 years, they don't even look that different, honestly. And the best performance and character in this movie has to be Meryl Streep as Miranda Priestly. Meryl Streep was fantastic in this movie, as she often is. She brought a humanity to this role. With a character like Miranda, who is cold, arrogant, and pretty rude at times, it can be very difficult to get audiences to get behind such a character and to care about what happens to them. But Meryl Streep, in just a couple of scenes of humanity, is able to bring such great and subtle emotionality to the character. Like, this isn't just some arrogant, rich CEO. There is actually a human being here behind the strong public mask she has on. And you especially see this in the movie with her relationship with Stanley Tucci's character Nigel. In particular, a scene near the end of the movie between them was really heartwarming. Anne Hathaway as Andy was also great in this movie. Extremely likable and funny. She doesn't look like she's aged 20 years at all. And that's not only true of her appearance, it is also true of her character. She is pretty much the same character she was in the first movie. She hasn't changed much. And her dynamic with Miranda is hilarious. Her and Nigel also have a great mentor-mentee dynamic, just like the first movie. Emily Blunt is also great in this movie. But a standout performance in this movie, for me, was her husband, played by Justin Theroux. He was so good and funny in this movie, and his dynamic with Emily Blunt made me crack up. Justin Theroux is a great actor, and this performance in particular is so good because it's so different from the type of character he usually plays. The plot of this movie is similar to the original. Anne Hathaway is back working for Miranda, this time as a reporter, and the plot was decent because, yes, it's similar to the original, but because it's been 20 years, the media landscape has changed so much from what it was in 2006, especially in terms of the relevance of written media and magazines. So that was pretty interesting, seeing how everything's changed and how our characters are dealing with that. So there's a really cool plot device that's thrown into the mix halfway into the movie that just turns up the drama and puts our characters into some really interesting situations. Also extremely relevant to the way the world and businesses work today. And the third act and ending was pretty good and satisfying too. It takes place in Milan for Milan Fashion Week, and Milan looks amazing, obviously. Costuming is another plus. It's the Devil Wears Prada. We're obviously expecting to see lots of great fashionable costumes and outfits, and they deliver on that. The movie is 2 hours and it didn't feel too long, but I did really hate Anne Hathaway's love interest storyline in this movie. It just felt so lazy and unnecessary. It didn't really change her character in any meaningful way or bring anything interesting to the plot. Honestly, they should have brought back Adrian Grenier as Nate from the original. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an Entourage fan. It's because it would have been so much more interesting to see Nate back than to give Anne Hathaway just a random throwaway love interest. It was honestly just uninteresting. But that didn't stop this movie from being a pretty good time at the movie theater. And don't just take my word for it. The movie's currently got a 77% fresh Rotten Tomato score and an 88% verified audience score. So most audiences and critics are enjoying this movie as well. And if you enjoyed the original, I think you'll like this one as well.